Hello everyone, it's Hooves of Doom, and I'm doing a hobby journey video for October. It's the last day of October, and I just wanted to go over the things that I painted this month, the things I've added to the collection, or my collection, for Warhammer related, and where my plans are for the future. And so, last month was Slaanesh. And October was pretty much the same deal, trying to finish off a Slaanesh army first before I move on to my other projects. So it was a fairly productive month. I probably averaged about 3 hours or so a day painting. Also did a whole bunch of different videos and stuff. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, so what I've got painted so far in October, let's see here, was the Exalted Seeker Chariot for Slaanesh, and a regular Seeker Chariot for Slaanesh. Also a couple regular Demonettes on Seekers. And then I painted, it's about 20 or so, I guess, close to that. I don't have a quite exact count of Demonettes. And last night we did a paint episode with Vince Venturella, and during that I painted a couple extra Demonettes that I put together through bits and pieces. And then the Herald of Slaanesh, she'll be one of my characters, as well as the Mask. They're another Demonette character. And then for the budget of Sigmar, I painted this little guy for my army of Wood Elves, and he turned out really well. And so I'm pretty happy with the painting styles. I'm going to post pictures of the Mask and the Herald on the PMP, Painters Motivating Painters. And going forward with the budget of Sigmar, I think November I'll be working on a unit of Glade Guard and a spell for the Wood Elves. Other than that, I have a Keeper of Secrets left. I have a Demon Prince that's left for my Slaanesh army, and I have a couple other models. So I'm hoping to maybe, get those finished in the first 2 to 3 weeks of November. And then the last week, maybe dip into Beastmen. And I want to kind of rebase those, I think. And, Beastmen's kind of half painted. There's lots of models that are finished, and then there's lots of models that are like, they have like a coat or two of paint, but were never, completely finished. So that's kind of my idea, is to kind of quickly go back to them, maybe just spend a couple weeks on them and get those finished. And same with Undead. My Undead army's, completely painted, but a couple of the models are aren't that great. they're pretty horrible, really, in my mind. And so I think like with just like a few hours work, I can really turn them around and at least make them to a point where I'm a little bit happier with them. So I think that's worth it to me to kind of go back to them. They need to be sprayed and stuff. Like they were never sealed. So that's something. These actually need to be sprayed as well. So that's kind of what my plan is for this month. So some Glade Guard for the budget of Sigmar. That's through the PMP as well. Painters Motivating Painters. If you're not a member, if you're interested in participating in the project, please join up, and we'll try to get you involved. And it's kind of fun. So I'm not really sure. So December will be another unit of Glade Guard. These are Glade Guard that I bought a year ago, and I'm going to basically count them. I think a box is about 26 bucks. I haven't seen too much cheaper than that, like on eBay. So I'm going to do like a unit and then a character, and that will be my Age of Sigmar for the budget. It's probably a little bit under. I think the characters are about $15, so I'll be spending about $45 or so, but that's fine. I got a pretty good deal on my Tree Lord, so I'm not too worried about having tons of models. And then once this is finished, and the Beastmen are touched up and the Vampire Counts are touched up, my plan is to go back to one of the many armies that I have that are completely unpainted, and I'm not really sure where I'm going to go with that. Since my focus is largely Age of Sigmar, I'm tempted to do really do like a Khorne Bloodbound or Stormcast army and really paint those up. What I did with the Tree Lord is I followed the Games Workshop on their YouTube page, and you can go on and learn how to paint the models according to their whole idea and paint scheme, and all their methods. And I really liked how he turned out. He's a really beautiful model. I'm very happy with him. So I might do that with like the Stormcast and things like that, because I'm a fairly new painter and there's quite a bit that I could learn. So I'm pretty novice. I actually tried a few more techniques on these models I was painting last night, and I like how they turned out though. So yeah, and then but I also do want to start doing 40K. I think I might do that in 2016, like January, and then start alternating between Age of Sigmar and 40K every month. Pick a different force, something small, something that's manageable, maybe 30 or 40 models at most, and paint that over the course of a month, and then switch. And because I got so many armies to paint and to kind of work on. So that's what I did in October, the models before you. I also did buy a couple books. I love books. I got two. These were on my Amazon wish list for a while. One was called Emperor's Will. These are art books for 40K, produced by Black Library. And these are Agents of the Imperium, mostly Inquisitors and things like that. And then The Emperor's Might, another Black Library. They're both hardcover books. Warriors of the Imperium. That covers mostly Space Marines. But they're kind of, there's a lot of artwork in there that I like. I certainly like looking for deals, and if you can get them for cheap, I think they're like $12 a piece, which is really good, because it wasn't that long ago that they were like $100 a piece. So you can always look on Amazon or eBay and try to find some good deals. So always on the lookout. And yeah, so those two books, and then I painted up the Slaanesh and then Durthu the Tree Lord here. So that's it for October. So I'm fairly happy with that, and we'll see what I can accomplish for November. Thanks for watching, guys.